all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me. Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Coming back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Private. You need a in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me. I live in you. Both of our offend you.
Feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down. Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now, no reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy does it. In public, hated to love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads. Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I became 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On second down, Freeman. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. The 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now Jameis on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Let's go now. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Play fake. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Tack McKinley in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey,
get up!
These pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Ryan on second down. And Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Freeman again, a first down carry. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let's go.
Here's Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Freeman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Winston to throw it this time. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, 5-0.
From the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, let's get it converted.
On second down, it's Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On third down, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Here we go, even. 4 down. Check.
They go play action. Winston. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Hey, 5-0. 5-0, okay?
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Right back to him on first down. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here we go, even. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a second down throw for Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, it's Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
5 on the 50.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps. I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one. So after the penalty, they're back to where they started, 3rd and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Boys up. Boys up.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got Evans. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans? Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they? I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's got this down to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jackson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Hey, let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Freeman with a fast feed. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They toss to Freeman. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Freeman, a 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go.
And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to go down again. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Back now in Tampa. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Play action now. Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Blue 90! Blue 90! Back 99 Philly, here we go! 25, check 25, check 25. Check nickel.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Come on.
Right back to him on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Gun. 21. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, one of the few things that's gone right for them. Likely a little too late, but maybe a little feather in their cap.
I think so, and to me, they played that play without looking at the scoreboard, without worrying about where they were in the score, because things haven't gone right, as you noted, for them much of this game. But they gave great effort there and picked up a defense that's had its share of troubles in this one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
45.
They'll pitch it out to Bell, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Second down, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And, oh, he spins past him and into space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check. Fresno. Oh, Eddie, sit down. 25, sit down.
A toss play left. There goes Devontae Freeman. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on